Hello everyone, welcome. A good day for you. I'm Rohan. This is Visual Basic.NET Projects Masterclass Series. In this series, you will learn the complete process of building powerful desktop applications. We'll cover everything from the fundamentals to advanced concepts, ensuring you can create professional, feature-rich software. In this video, we are going to see a short introduction about Visual Basic. What is .NET Framework? Introduction to Microsoft Visual Studio software. What is the minimum system configuration required to install Visual Studio? How to download and install Visual Studio, free version. Features and options in Visual Studio. Let's get started. 1. A short introduction about Visual Basic. In short called as VB, is a programming language like C++, Java and Python. This language was developed by Microsoft in year 1991. If you are a beginner to a programming language and interested in software development, Visual Basic will be the best choice. Because it is very easy to learn and code. Visual Basic with .NET Framework will make us easy to develop applications with a graphical user interface, GUI. In short, Visual Basic is a programming language developed by Microsoft. This programming language is very easy to learn and to code. Can develop quick applications using Visual Basic with .NET Framework. 2. What is .NET Framework? The .NET Framework is a software development platform. Like a basement for constructing a house, it was created by Microsoft. .NET is an open-source platform used for developing desktop applications, web applications, and mobile applications. This can run on any operating system, like Windows, Linux and Mac OS. It has a huge collection of reusable classes and API. .NET provides thousands of ready-to-use classes for UI development, file access, database connectivity, networking and so many. VB with .NET make it a powerful language for building modern applications. 3. Introduction to Microsoft Visual Studio software. Visual Studio is an application building software created by Microsoft. It is a powerful, integrated development environment, IDE. It can be used to develop desktop applications, web applications, cloud applications, and mobile apps. It provides a complete toolset to build software. It supports multiple programming languages like VB, C#, C++, and Python. 4. What is the minimum system configuration required to install Visual Studio? To install Microsoft Visual Studio, you will need Windows 10 or Windows 11. Operating system, Intel or AMD, CPU with at least 1.8 GHz speed, at least 2 GB RAM, but 4 GB is recommended, 850 MB of free space storage. It can be hard disk or SSD, color monitor, with display resolution of 1366 by 768 pixels. Internet is required to download supporting files. If you don't have the system configuration, no problem, you can install an older version of Visual Studio. 5. Next, let's see how to download and install Visual Studio for VB.NET. Open Google, type download Visual Studio. Click this link. This website will open. There are 3 editions of Visual Studio. Of these, the Professional and Enterprise editions are paid versions, but Community edition is free for use. Click Download button. Installer file will be downloaded. Open Download folder in your computer and click this installer file. Visual Studio Setup.x. This Visual Studio installer window will open. Click Continue button to start the installation process. Community version, Visual Studio installer is ready. Next we need to install .NET. Select .NET Desktop Development. Internet connection is required to install this. Click Install button. Wait for installation to complete. Installation is over. Press Launch button to open Visual Studio application. If you have a Microsoft account or GitHub account, enter it and log in. Or press Create Account button and create a new account, or you can skip this step. Next, select a color theme from any of these four and click Start button. This is the start page of Visual Studio software. Whenever you open Visual Studio, this page will appear. On the left side, you can see the list of recent projects you created. Click to open the project. On the right side, you can see options to open a saved projects and for creating a new projects. Let's see the steps to create a new project. Click Create a New Project button. In this series, we are going to learn about VB.NET, so select Visual Basic from All Languages list. Next, select Windows from Platform list. Then, select Windows Forms app and click Next button. Now, in the first box, enter the project name. Second, select the project location where you want to save your project. You can select the desktop or any drive on your computer or any location you want. There is no problem if you leave it as is without changing it. And the third box displays the solution name. The solution name can be the same as project name or you can change it if you want. Here, I am entering the project name as First Application. Click Next button. Now, select Framework.NET 8 and click Create button. New project created. Ready to code. 6. Next, let's see the features and options in Visual Studio. This is the main page, also called as Workspace. Here is the form. This is the window of an application. This is the GUI, the graphic user interface. You can add as many forms as you need. This is Toolbox that contains controls like button, label, image box, text box, and everything else needed to create an application. This is Solution Explorer window. It contains forms, modules, resources like images, icons and libraries, frameworks, and whatever that you include in your project. Using this window, you can add, rename, move or delete it. You can double-click to open the form, module, resource file and anything in this window. This is the Properties window. Here you can find the options and settings for the form and controls used in your application. Using this, you can change the font style, font color, background color, add an image, change opacity, visibility, and you can do more. You can see the properties of each control by selecting it. This is the Output window. When you run the application, the console output is displayed. And if there is an error in your application code, the error message is displayed here. If the Toolbox, Properties window, Solution Explorer window, and Output window are not available, you can open them this way. Click the View menu and select Toolbox, or on the keyboard, press Ctrl plus Alt plus X key. To view Solution Explorer window, click View menu, select Solution Explorer, or on the keyboard, press Ctrl plus Alt plus L key. To view Properties window, click View menu, select Properties window, or on the keyboard, press F5 function key. To view Output window, click View menu, select Output, or on the keyboard, press Ctrl plus Alt plus O key. If you need more space for form designing and coding, you can click this pin button to automatically hide all these windows and expand the space, just like this. In case you need to see Toolbox, Properties window, Solution Explorer window or Output window, just click the title. Now let's see how to open Code Editor window. To open coding page, double-click the form. This is the coding page. Here you can type the code. If you want to change the font size of this page, click Ctrl key in keyboard and roll the mouse wheel upward to increase the font size. Same way, roll the mouse wheel downward to reduce the font size, or click these options to change the font size. You can switch between the Form Design view and Code window by clicking the title here. Next, let's see how to add controls to the form. Select the control you want from this toolbox list and click on the form to add it. This way you can add controls to the form. Next, you need to add code to the controls. Double-click on the controls to open the code window. Here you can type the code for the button. Repeat the same for other controls. Select controls to view its options and settings in the Properties window. If form designing and coding is complete, and if your application is ready, press this play button to run your application for testing and output. That's all. These are the most basic information about Visual Basic that a beginner should know. This is only 10%, the remaining 90% of information needs to be discussed. We will see all of them in the upcoming videos. Let's have a quick recall. So far we saw a short introduction about Visual Basic, what is .NET Framework, introduction to Microsoft Visual Studio, what is the minimum system configuration required to install Visual Studio, how to download and install Visual Studio, free version, details of features and options in Visual Studio. Thank you for watching this video. I am Rohan. If this video is useful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have doubt or have feedback, please send us a mail. Stay tuned.